A esta sesión del Gita. La última vez que nos encontramos fue hace más de 15 días y era un viernes que yo estaba muy cansado. Así que bueno, ahora tenemos este espacio de los miércoles y es un buen espacio para nosotros. Y para él también porque no le coge tan tarde. Que discutimos sobre el Gita, Arjuna estaba enfrente de sus abuelos y de sus maestros en medio de la guerra, completamente depresivo, con mucha tristeza y nervioso, y dice que no puede luchar. Este es un clásico ejemplo de una situación difícil que confrontamos, una situación donde las cosas no son convenientes para nosotros, hay barreras emocionales y perdemos el foco entre lo que debemos hacer y no debemos hacer. Y la confusión se apodera. En ese momento necesitamos a alguien para guiarnos, y aquí está Krishna con su guía, que muestra la situación en la vida, que guía en esta situación. Y aquí viene el conocimiento del Gita. En este momento, el conocimiento del Gita viene a nuestra existencia para liberarnos de estos bloqueos mentales, para confrontar y liberarnos, y para llevarnos a la iluminación.
Okay, so when we face grief, when we face this emotional block, when we face this these mental blocks, the only way by which we can get rid of them is by having self knowledge, because knowledge is the only medium by which we can get rid of all our ignorance, all the darkness of our mind. So here, when Krishna saw Arjuna in this way, that he was deluded, and he was totally taken over by grief. So that was the time when he started to talk about self-knowledge, and he said that the self is birthless, the self is deathless, the self is divine, it's pure, it's consciousness, and we all are self. Everybody, every object, living or dead, everything is the same, is all consciousness. So there is no death, and there is no and it is not possible that we can kill somebody or we can get killed. So everything that happens is in this life, it happens in the physical level only, but in the spiritual level nothing is happening. Means we are always untouched with every events of our life. So this is not possible for us to see. We see only what is happening in front of us, and that is what we consider as truth. But this truth that we consider is not truth at all, because these events, this phenomena is happening in the physical level. We are experiencing everything by our senses and by our mind. So there is another existence which is called consciousness, which is called the soul or the self, which we are not aware. When we connect with that self, we see that there is we have no connection with anything which is happening in the external world. The external world runs by its own law, by its own rhythm, by its own momentum, by its own own way. These external events has nothing to do with our internal being, with our internal existence. Everything in the external world is going through a change. Not only the mind or the intellect, but or the body. The external, this environment, the situations, the conditions, the ecosystem, everything changes. But there is one thing which just does not change, and that is the self. And that self is us. When we get connected with that self, then we come to the solution. Then we come to the solution that whatever is happening in the external world, it has nothing to do with us. So we don't need to fear, we don't need to be depressed, we don't need to lose, our calmness, our peace, and that is the only solution of life.
Ok. Entonces, confrontamos bloques mentales y para liberarnos de esto está el conocimiento del ser, del yo, del self. Aquí Krishna ve a Arjuna totalmente vencido por la tristeza. En este momento empieza a hablar con él de la naturaleza del yo, que el self, que el ser es conciencia, que es pureza, que todos somos este ser, que todo objeto vivo o muerto es lo mismo, es conciencia, no es posible matar a nadie ni ser matado, que todo lo que pasa en la vida cambia, pero lo espiritual nunca es tocado. Esto vemos todo el tiempo como todo cambia, todo es un fenómeno cambiante, pero esto no es la verdad suprema. Experimentamos a través de la mente y los sentidos, pero existe otra realidad más allá de esto, que no es vista con la mente y los sentidos, que es el alma, que es el ser, de la que no somos conscientes. Y esto no tiene conexión con el mundo externo. Estos eventos externos no tienen nada que ver contigo. No afectan a la existencia de lo que eres. Este cuerpo, este ecosistema, los pensamientos, las condiciones, todas estas cosas cambian, pero el self no cambia. El self somos nosotros, el ser somos nosotros. Contactamos con el ser, contactamos con la solución. Es la solución y entonces no existe el miedo, no hay una pérdida de calma y paz y es la única solución para estar bien.
Okay. So
Yes.
when he has said, when he talked about the knowledge, then Arjuna wanted to know the way by which he can reach, he can attain this knowledge. He can realize this knowledge. Because it is not enough to only hear about it. We hear about the knowledge that we are the self, but we need to experience it. And before experiencing it, it does not become a reality. And if we don't experience that we are the self, then we cannot experience the reality also, that we are not the body or the mind, or we are never associated with any changes which is happening in the external world. We are not at all associated with the phenomena that is happening in the external world. So for all this we need self knowledge. We need to attain self knowledge. And how to attain self knowledge? Krishna gives a very easy way by which we can attain self knowledge. He says, the only way to attain self knowledge is, not the only way, but very simple way to attain self knowledge is to practice karma yoga. So now he's talking about karma yoga. By karma yoga we can attain jnana yoga, that is the yoga of the self, or the knowledge of the self. And yoga means when we become united with the self. So through karma yoga, when we practice karma yoga, then we can we can get united with the self, we can experience the self, and we can know who we are, and that is the solution of our life. Aditi.
Entonces, es cuando habla Krishna sobre el ser, sobre el self. Y Arjuna quiere saber cómo puede realizar este conocimiento, cómo nunca estar asociado a los cambios de este mundo externo, cómo nunca estar asociado a este fenómeno. Para esto necesitamos atender el conocimiento del ser. Krishna le dice que hay una forma simple que es practicar el karma yoga. Krishna le dice que puede atender el conocimiento del ser si practica karma yoga. Practicando karma yoga puede realizar este conocimiento, puede hacerse uno con el ser y entonces puede saber quién es. Okay.
Okay, so now he says that, see, till now I've been talking to you about jnana yoga, that is, I've been talking to you about the self, about knowledge. now I am going to talk to you about, now I am going to talk to you about the ways by which you can attain the self, and that way is called karma yoga. So he says that, he says that about karma yoga, he is giving us the the uh, the the introduction of karma yoga, what a karma yoga is, and what can karma yoga bring to us. Before engaging into karma yoga, we should know that, what is karma yoga and what is the implication of karma yoga, how this karma yoga can help me in my life. And if I know this, then I can, I can engage into karma yoga in a better mind frame. Okay, so he says that neha bhi kramana shosti prattavayo na vidyate. He is starting to talk about karma yoga. He says neha bhi kramana shosti prattavayo na vidyate. That is, this karma yoga, is, the result of karma yoga is infinite. That means, if I practice karma yoga, I unite with the infinite, and that infinite is my identity, is my nature, myself. So karma yoga unites me with the infinite. So neha bhi kramana shosti prattavayo na vidyate. And that, if while performing karma yoga, if I commit any mistake while performing karma yoga, that will never be considered to be a mistake. In karma, when I'm when I'm practicing karma yoga, the main thing about practicing karma yoga is the intention of practicing karma yoga. If I intend with full honesty, with full sincerity, that I will engage myself, I will devote myself into karma yoga. While performing karma yoga, if I commit any mistake, that is not considered to be mistake. Okay, so this is the benefit of karma yoga. So everybody should, everybody should engage themselves into karma yoga. But karma yoga does not mean karma, that is actions. Karma yoga does not mean, charitable work. That is not karma yoga. And then he says, swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. If anybody performs a little bit of karma yoga in their life, then they can get rid of, very big, you know, devastations in their life. Like any big sufferings that may come to their life might be averted only by practicing karma yoga a little bit. If you practice karma yoga a little bit of karma yoga, then you can avert yourself from very big sufferings. So, that is why Krishna is giving this karma yoga to us to practice. So, the first thing is that with karma yoga, I am going to connect with the divine. I am going to be connected with the infinite, and that is my identity. And if I do any mistake while performing karma yoga, that will never be considered to be a mistake if my intention is very sincere. If my intention of performing karma yoga is very serious, sincere, and honest, then even if I commit any mistake while performing karma yoga, that will not be considered to be a mistake. This is number one. And if I, if I engage myself, if I devote myself in karma yoga, to very, very means to an extent, to to a little extent, then I will see that I can get rid of many big sufferings that will come in my life. Okay, so Aditi, you tell them, and then we are going into the aspects of karma yoga.
Ok, entonces Krishna hasta ahora ha hablado del jnana yoga, del conocimiento del ser, de qué es el ser. Hasta ahora habló de las formas para atender a este ser. Y entonces ahora empieza a hablar del karma yoga y empieza a explicar qué es este karma yoga, qué te puede traer, qué implica, cómo te puede ayudar. Porque si tú sabes esto, puedes acogerlo de la mejor forma. Entonces dice que el resultado del karma yoga es la infinitud, es infinito. Y que si lo practicas, te asocias con el infinito. Practicando el karma yoga, te ves asociado con esta infinitud. Este karma yoga quiere decir que si haces algún error, nunca será considerado un error. Y que si practicas karma yoga con la pura intención, porque lo que importa es si tu intención es pura y sincera, cualquier error no va a ser considerado como un error. Así que todo el mundo debería utilizar el karma yoga. Karma yoga no significa acción. Significa, es más profundo. Si alguien hace un poco de karma yoga en su vida, se libera de muchos sufrimientos y muchos sufrimientos son evitados. Solo practicando un poco vas a liberar tu vida de muchos sufrimientos y te vas a conectar con la infinitud. Krishna le da el karma yoga para que lo practique. Krishna le dice que con el karma yoga se va a conectar con la divinidad, con lo infinito y con su verdadera identidad. Y número 1, si haces un error, nunca es considerado un error si tu intención es sincera y honesta. Y número 2 es que si lo practicas, poco que lo practiques, tu vida se va a liberar de mucho sufrimiento. Ok.
So now he says why we should perform karma yoga. You know, he says that Traigunna Vishaya Veda Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. He says that any teachings that you receive, any knowledge that you receive in this world, they are all mixed with the three qualities or the three attributes. Okay, and because they are mixed with the three attributes, they are not pure. They are not pure. So you need to choose a path by which you can get rid of this knowledge, which is full of attributes, to a state where there is no attributes at all. Because when you go beyond these attributes, when you reach that state where there is no attributes, that is the state of the self. That is the self state of the supreme consciousness. That is the state of your own existence. So, whenever we are receiving, any teachings, whenever we are receiving any knowledge, okay, if we just receive this knowledge, these knowledges are also, they have these three qualities within them. But we need to go beyond these qualities to experience the knowledge, to feel the knowledge, to realize the knowledge, to become the knowledge, to make it permanent in our heart. We need to go beyond these attributes. And that is why we need karma yoga. That is why we need karma, because through karma yoga, we can separate the attributes from the teachings. And in the process, we can elevate into the state of supreme knowledge. Okay, so Traigunna Vishaya Veda Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. All the teachings, all the knowledge that you you receive, they are all, they are all mixed with three attributes: sattva, rajas, and tamas. And because they are, they are mixed with three attributes, this is not true. This is not true. And because this is not true, it cannot give you enlightenment. It cannot give you peace. It cannot give you the solution of life. So you need to separate these attributes from this knowledge. And only then, and this is only possible when you can get rid of, when you can go beyond these attributes. And when you go beyond these attributes, then you realize this knowledge, then you become one with this knowledge. And while you become one with this knowledge, you experience what you are. You know what you are. So karma yoga, through karma yoga, you elevate yourself beyond these three attributes. This is number one. Then nirdando nitta sattavastho niryogakshemam atmavan. And then he says that while you are practicing karma yoga, what should be your mindset? How should you approach karma yoga? It says nirdando, you should not have any contradiction within your mind. That means you should have a very, very one-pointed devotion, one-pointed solution, that this karma yoga is the only way by which I can get beyond every sufferings. I can get beyond every confusions, every doubts, every darkness. I can go beyond every ignorance, dualities, and reach the state of non-duality. And that is the state where we do not have any contradictions. When we do not have any kind of this fight between wrong, good or bad, or which is wrong, which is right. Why? Because we have gone beyond all kinds of contradictions. So, while we perform karma yoga, we should have this one-pointed devotion. One-pointed devotion that, this karma yoga is going to do me a lot of benefit, lot of good. And while performing karma yoga, I will see that I will go beyond my contradictions. This is number one. Nitta sattavastho. As we know that we have three attributes. In our body, we have three attributes. That is sattva, rajas, and tamas. In these three attributes, these three attributes, the role of these three attributes is they bind us in the body. They bind this infinite soul, infinite self, this, this birthless and deathless self into this body, through these attributes. These attributes are sattva, rajas, and tamas. But sattva is bright. It is serene. It is, pure. Sattva is bright. It is serene. It is pure. It can take us beyond our sufferings. Okay? Rajas, makes us attached to the actions that we perform. Whenever we are performing actions, we see that we become attached to those actions. And this is because of rajas, which is within our system, within our body, within our mind. And tamas means laziness. Laziness, so these three are the three attributes. And you cannot deny them. So you need to hold on to the sattva. You need to hold on to the sattva. While you perform karma yoga, you need to hold on the truth. You need to hold on the brightness, the light, the calm, the serene one, the one which will take you beyond sufferings. And what are these attributes of sattva? It is called shama, arjav, daya, tosham, satyam. That is forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, love, contentment, okay, truthfulness, then meditation. These are all sattvic qualities. So you need to hold on to these sattvic qualities. Nitya sattavastho. Whenever you see somebody who have done something wrong to you, forgive them. That is called sattva. You should always be happy with yourself. You should not be frustrated. You should not be, depressed, demoralized. You should be happy with yourself. You should be contented. You should be kind to people. You should be very sincere to every actions that you perform. Every actions that you come across, you should be very sincere to every action. Means you should put on your whole concentration, your whole mind, your whole focus into those actions. Okay, then you should love everybody. You should not have any greed. You should not have any greed. This is also one. You should not have any anger. Akrodha. You should not be having any anger. This aloluptam. You should not have any greed. So these are and truthfulness. What is truthfulness? Truthfulness means always speaking the truth. But while speaking the truth, we should know that we should not speak that truth which can hurt somebody. We many times we say things which are true, but they hurt people. They don't do good to people. So we should not say those truths. So that is called truth. If we promise something to somebody, we should keep the promise. That is also truth. If we take some resolution that I'm going to do this, then you need to do this. That is also truth. If you see something injustice going on in front of you, you should oppose. That is also truth. If you see that something good is happening, you should support them. That is also truth. So we should remain with the truth. So going beyond our contradictions and this remaining in the sattva quality, remaining in the sattva attributes. And then there are two, that is niryogakshemam atmavan. That is, I'm going to tell you later on, but now Aditi, just tell them this, whatever I told you.
Sí, entonces dice, vamos a ver el karma yoga. Dice Krishna, dice que cualquier enseñanza que recibes es una mezcla de las tres cualidades, porque lo que recibes tiene estas tres cualidades. No lo recibes de una forma total porque están las tres cualidades en ello. Esta naturaleza tiene estas tres cualidades. Entonces necesitas escoger un camino por el que te puedas asociar con el conocimiento, que no tenga ningún atributo, porque si tiene algún atributo ya no está en esta unidad. Alcanzas un estado sin atributos. La forma es tomar un camino que te lleve a alcanzar el estado sin atributos, asociarte con el conocimiento sin ningún atributo, con la suprema conciencia, con el estado de tu existencia, puro, no tocado. Entonces, cuando tú recibes las enseñanzas para realizar el conocimiento, es ir más allá de los atributos. Esto lo necesitas saber para el karma yoga, porque se trata de separar los atributos de lo que eres, de elevarte más allá a un estado de supremo conocimiento, más allá de los atributos. Pero todo el conocimiento que recibes es un mix, es una mezcla, por lo tanto no es verdad. No te puede dar iluminación y paz. Necesitas separar el conocimiento, lo que tú eres, de los atributos. Y es posible ir más allá de los atributos. Entonces te conviertes en el conocimiento, experimentas lo que eres, sabes lo que eres. Entonces Krishna dice que te elevas a ti mismo más allá de estos tres atributos. Y también dice que mientras estás practicando el karma yoga, no debe haber contradicción en tu mente. Tienes que elevarte más allá de la oscuridad, de la ignorancia y de la dualidad. Porque en el conocimiento no hay dualidad. Es un estado de no contradicción. No hay una lucha entre bueno y malo, entre correcto e incorrecto. Mientras practicas el karma yoga, un punto importante es la devoción. Tiene que haber una devoción en ti, en este karma yoga, entonces podrás tener el beneficio del karma yoga. Tiene que haber en tu corazón esta devoción, esta devoción a lo que haces. Y el segundo punto, que mientras estás haciendo el karma yoga, vas más allá de estas contradicciones, vas más allá de la dualidad, vas más allá de los atributos. En el cuerpo tienes tres atributos, lo sápico, lo rajásico y lo tamásico. Y estos tres atributos tienen el rol de atar el cuerpo al alma infinita. Atan el cuerpo a la infinitud, al ser supremo. Sattva significa brillo, puro, que está más allá del sufrimiento, te puede llevar más allá del sufrimiento porque está enfocado a la pureza, está enfocado al conocimiento, brilla, es luminoso, refleja la luz. Lo rajásico, rajas es energía y lo rajásico te hace apegado a las acciones que haces, te apega a las acciones que haces. Y tamas es la pereza, es la oscuridad. Entonces estos tres atributos, lo interesante es que debes sostenerte en lo sápico. Lo sápico, el atributo sápico en la forma, te hace sostener el serenidad y esta cualidad ayuda al perdón, a la sinceridad, al amor, a la verdad, a la meditación. Estas cualidades están en lo sápico. Así que si alguien te ha herido, te has sentido herido por alguien, perdónale, porque si no te va a llevar a la depresión, te vas a sentir desmoralizado. Sea amable con la gente, conecta con ese lado de la gente, perdona. Sé muy sincero con cada acción que haces. Pon tu foco total, tu mente totalmente en cada acción que haces. Pon la concentración totalmente en la acción. Ama a todo el mundo. No tengas tristeza, no tengas enfado. Sostente en la verdad. Habla desde la verdad. No hables aquella verdad que hiera a alguien. Puede ser que algo sea verdad, pero si hiera a alguien no la digas. Y si prometes decir algo, hazlo. Eso también es, cuando hablamos de la verdad también estamos hablando de esto. Cuando tú tomas una resolución para hacer algo, debes hacer esto. Esto es la verdad, has prometido hacer eso, has tomado una resolución, la has comunicado, por lo tanto, hazlo. Eso es mantenerte en la verdad. Cuando veas alguna injusticia, oponte a esa injusticia. Eso también es verdad, es sostenerte en la verdad. Y si ves que hay algo bueno pasando, apóyalo. Eso también es estar en la verdad. Así que, en conclusión, es ir más allá de las contradicciones y es permanecer en lo sápico y en las cualidades sápicas. Ok.
So, and then the two things that he talked about to hold on while you perform karma yoga is nir-yoga-kshemam. It's very important, you have to understand this. What is called yoga? Yoga means unity with the self, with God, with divinity. This is one meaning of yoga. The other meaning of yoga is samadhi, that is attaining the state of super consciousness. This is the other meaning of yoga. The third meaning of yoga is when you attain your means and ends of your life. Like, I need money, I need food, I need clothes, I need a house, I need people around me who will love me, whom I will love back. I need a job, I need social security. I need, I need my friends. I need family. I need property. So these what we need for our life is also called yoga. So, yoga not only means that it is a state where we become one with the divine. It is not only that, it is also about all the things that we need to, carry on our life in a prosperous way, in a peaceful way. Now, Krishna says, nir-yoga, and means that you will not go for those. Now, if I don't go for those, if I don't go for money, if I don't go for my house, if I don't go for anything that I need for my life, then where will I get them? Krishna says, if you just perform your karma yoga perfectly, whatever karma you are facing, if you can just perform karma yoga all your life, then these will come to you automatically. And this will not only come to you, much more than you expected will come to you. When you expect something, when you plan something and you go for them, you lose things. You lose everything. What the nature wants to give you, what the universe wants to give you, you lose it. So if you can get rid of this, this preoccupation that I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to attain this, I need to accomplish that, I need to, earn this. If you can get rid of all this and just keep doing, keep performing karma yoga and be at peace, that is called nir-yoga. Nir-yoga. Krishna says, become nir-yoga. That is, don't go for your material benefit. Don't go for your worldly, this accomplishments. Keep doing karma yoga. Everything that you need for your life will follow you. They will come to you on your own, on their own. You don't need to run after them. Okay, nir-yoga. And then the other one is nir-yoga kshema. Shem means protection. Like, I need money. This is true. I need money, but I also need my money to be protected. If I have money and I cannot protect the money and the money is stolen, then that does not have any meaning. So I need things to to carry on my life. This is number one. And number two is that they should also be protected. I need a house. But my house also should be protected. I need a job, but my job also should be protected. I need friends, families, but there should be safety. They also should be protected. So, there is a sense of protection also in our accomplishments. Whatever we attain, whatever we accomplish, they should be protected so that it can be restored. It can be restored. So Krishna says, don't seek protection. I will protect you. Karma yoga will protect you. Your actions will protect you. If your actions are right, then those actions will protect it. You don't need to protect anything. You just keep on, you just keep on performing karma yoga. And while you perform karma yoga, then you will see that you will not only, attain everything that you need for your life, much more than what you have expected, and everything will be protected. You don't need to protect anything. You don't need to, think about it. You don't need to be anxious about whether your money is protected or not. They will be protected. So, nir-yoga-kshemam, this is very important. And that is why it says that when you are in the path of spirituality, you need to be very brave. This path is not for people who have, fears all the time. They look for protection. They look for, security. Well, no, this path is not for them. For these people, world is there. They can go into the world and, and seek protection, which they will never get. If you really want to attain protection, if you really want to protect yourself, the only thing is don't seek protection, only keep on performing karma yoga. Then you will not only attain everything that you need in your life, also everything that you need in your life will be protected. Okay, so nir-yoga-kshemam, very important thing. And atmavan, you should be sincere to the search of self. The search of self, the discovery of self. This should be very sincere. It should not be like, everybody is doing this, I will also do this. I have heard that this is good, and I'm doing this. No, not like that. I should be very sincere. Even if while I am in the path of self-knowledge, even if death comes, I will not retreat. I will face death. I will face death. Even, when I am approaching self-knowledge, if any kind of suffering comes, I will face it. I will not retreat. So we need to be very sincere to the self-knowledge. Atmavan. We should be very sincere to that. And only when we will be sincere to that, then only we will find everything that we need in our life will come to us spontaneously, automatically. We don't need to, we don't need to run after them. So, before going into the aspect of karma yoga, before explaining the principle of karma yoga, Krishna is telling us very clearly what kind of mindset you need. The mindset is that, everything that you receive is full of qualities. Is full of qualities. Any kind of, education, any kind of teachings, they're full of qualities. You need to separate those qualities and reach the state beyond those qualities so that you can attain the self. And that is only possible when you engage into karma yoga. Number 2 is that you need to go beyond all your contradictions. You should not be, you should not have doubts. You should not have doubts. Your doubts should be cleared before you, engage into karma yoga. You have to be very clear that this is the path by which I will attain the self-knowledge. This should be very clear to you. Okay? Then, nirdando, nitta sattavasto. Then you should, you should hold on to the sattvic quality of your mind. You should hold on to the sattvic quality of your mind. And number 3 is, you should not run after things that you need in your life, and also seek protection. They will come to you and you will be protected if you engage into karma yoga. And the 4th is Atmavan, that is, be very sincere to the self, to the knowledge of the self, to the discovery of the self, to the path which is going to lead you to the self. Be very sincere to that. If you have this mindset, then only karma yoga is going to help you. If you don't have this mindset, karma yoga will not help you. you cannot attain self-knowledge. So before attaining self-knowledge, you should have this kind of mindset. Your mind should be programmed like this, and that is how you will reach the self.
Ok, entonces dice que cómo haces para unirte con el Karma Yoga. Esto es muy importante. Debes entenderlo porque es muy importante. Dice, el yoga es la unidad con el ser. No solo es la unidad con el ser, también tiene el segundo significado, que es el estado de samadhi, el estado de supraconciencia. También esto significa yoga. Y el tercer significado de yoga es cuando atiendes las cosas necesarias. Pues la gente te ama, comida, trabajo, seguridad social, amigos, familia, casa. Lo que necesitas para tu vida, esto también es yoga. Así que no solo yoga significa el estado de unidad con lo divino, también son las cosas que necesitas para llevar una vida de una forma próspera y pacífica. Krishna habla del Nir Yoga. Nir Yoga, y esto es muy importante. Dice que si tú haces el Karma Yoga perfectamente, cualquier acción tú la confrontas, las cosas que tú necesitas van a venir a ti. Naturalmente estas cosas vendrán a ti, y no solo vendrán a ti, sino que vendrán a ti y mucho más de lo que tú te imaginas, de tus expectativas. Porque tú a veces tú tienes unas expectativas de las cosas, pero el Karma Yoga te hace liberarte de estas expectativas. Te dice que te mantengas haciendo la acción y que te mantengas en el Nir Yoga, que las cosas que necesitas van a venir a ti. No vayas detrás de lo material, del beneficio material. Mantente haciendo Karma Yoga. Todo lo que necesitas en la vida va a venir a ti. No necesitas dinero y correr detrás del dinero. Por la verdad, por hacer Karma Yoga, el dinero va a venir a ti. También sucede que tratamos de proteger el dinero. Tienes cosas y tratas de proteger esas cosas, porque si no esas cosas son robadas, por ejemplo. Así que necesitas cosas y necesitas proteger esas cosas. Necesitas proteger la casa, proteger el trabajo, proteger la familia, los amigos. Hay un sentido de protección en todo lo que logramos. Y Krishna dice, no protejas las cosas. El Karma Yoga mismo va a proteger, no necesitas proteger nada. Mantente practicando el Karma Yoga y no solo lograrás, sino que también lo que sea que esté va a ser protegido. Lograrás más allá de las expectativas y todo será protegido. Entonces, lo importante es que la mente, hay que ser fuerte. La mente tiene que estar fuerte. No es para personas que tienen mente débil y que necesitan seguridad. Si te mantienes haciendo Karma Yoga, los logros vienen y todo es protegido. Para ti también es importante, además de ser fuerte y mantenerte fuerte, estar en la búsqueda del ser sincera. Es decir, esta sinceridad y esta fortaleza tiene que ver, por ejemplo, con encarar y confrontar todo lo que te venga en este camino de realización. Si la muerte viene en el camino, la vas a confrontar. Si en el camino de realización viene sufrimiento, lo vas a encarar. Hay que ser sincero en el camino que encuentres, lo que sea que venga a ti. Entonces, antes de explicarnos los principios Krishna del Karma Yoga, explica este mindset, esta actitud mental, esta mentalidad que necesitas. Te dice que estés más allá de las cualidades para sentarte en el self, para asociarte con lo que eres. Que esto es el primer punto. El segundo punto es que necesitas ir más allá de las contradicciones. No debes tener dudas, necesitas tener muy claro el camino. Si vas a estar en el Karma Yoga para la realización, para sentarte en el conocimiento, no dudes. Estate claro, elimina contradicciones y confusión. Sostente la cualidad sápica de la mente, no corras detrás de las cosas que necesitas en la vida. Practica el Karma Yoga, las mismas cosas vendrán, las mismas cosas serán protegidas. Y el cuarto punto es que en este camino, en este descubrimiento que te lleva al self, debes ser sincera, sincero. Si tienes esta actitud, elevarte más allá de las cualidades, el segundo punto, más allá, elevarte más allá de las contradicciones, el tercero, mantener la cualidad sápica, entender que todo va a venir a ti, que todo va a ser protegido, y el cuarto, ser sincero. Si te enfocas con este mindset, con esta actitud mental, practicando el karma yoga, entonces va a ser posible alcanzar la realización. Si no, no va a ser posible realizar y asentarte en el conocimiento.
Okay?
Yes.
So now we are going into the basic principle of karma yoga. Now Krishna is saying the basic principle of karma. So from now karma yoga actually starts. He says, what is karma yoga? Okay, till now we have been hearing, that we should be very sincere to karma yoga and we should have this kind of mindset. But now we are going to, know what is karma yoga. He says, karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. The first principle of karma yoga is your authority, your power, your authority is only to perform actions, but not think about the results. Whenever we perform any action, we have the expectation of our result in our mind. We always think about what we are going to receive in return. But Krishna says that when you perform karma yoga is that action which you will perform, but you will never think about the return. You can never think about the return. You will only think about doing your action. That's all. But never think about the return. Devote yourself fully in karma. But what you are going to get or not get, don't think about that. This is number one principle. Number two is ma karma phala hetur kurma. That is, when people tell us, can you do this work? Can you do that work? When people tell us, what do we say? What will we get? If we see that, the return is exactly what I expect or more than what I expect, then I engage into that action. If I see that the return is not what I am expecting, then I don't want to, perform that action. So Krishna says that your actions should never be inspired by the results of your action. Whatever actions comes in hand, just do it without getting attached to the results. Okay? Your action should never be influenced by the results of this action. This is very important. Whenever we think about doing something, always we have this, okay, we are going to get this, we are going to get that. We have this calculation. So this calculation should not be there. Okay? When we have a action in our hand, we should do it with our whole heart, with full devotion, and just leave it. And just leave it to the universe. This is called karma yoga. So karma yoga means I will perform my actions, but I will not think about the results of these actions. I will not get attached to the results of my actions. I will just perform my actions. And my actions should not be inspired by the results of the actions. My actions should be inspired by my devotion, my sincerity. They should never be, inspired by the results of those actions. And mate sangosta akarmani. And lastly, he said, you should not be attached to inactivity. Like all the time, you should perform actions without getting involved into the results. Don't be inactive. Don't remain inactive. Don't stay in the house without doing anything. Don't do it. Do karma. Do something. Do something always, so that you don't remain inactive. If you remain inactive, then all these these inferior qualities, that is tamas, darkness, laziness, addiction, lies, greed, jealousy, they will come to your mind. Okay, so you need to always keep performing actions. So this is the three principles of karma yoga. Aditi.
Ok, entonces hasta ahora Krishna ha hablado del mindset y de la sinceridad, de la actitud mental y de la sinceridad para escuchar y para encarar la práctica del karma yoga. Y ahora realmente es cuando empieza a explicar para que podamos saber qué es el karma yoga. Para practicar este karma yoga empieza a explicar los principios del karma yoga. Y lo primero que explica es que no hagas las acciones apegados al resultado, no hagas las acciones apegados a lo que vas a recibir. El karma yoga es accionar, es hacer acciones, pero nunca pensando en el beneficio, simplemente en el ahora accionas, solo enfocándote totalmente en la acción y desapegándote de lo que vas a tomar o no vas a tomar, del beneficio o no beneficio, de lo que va a pasar o no va a pasar. Las acciones que vengan a ti las haces completamente en devoción, en total entrega con la acción que viene. Y el segundo punto es que a veces la gente nos pregunta, ¿puedes hacer esto? ¿Puedes hacer esto otro? Y tú dices, ¿qué me vas a dar? ¿Qué voy a tomar con esto? Y el karma yoga te dice, no, no hagas esto. No es si te gusta lo que el otro te va a dar, lo haces, y si no te gusta lo que te va a dar, no lo haces. Te dice, no, no. Toma las acciones que te vengan y hazlas, independientemente si vas a tomar o no vas a tomar. Acciona. Haz las acciones independientemente de los resultados y entrégalas al universo. Así que haz las acciones, no te apegues al resultado y haz las acciones sin inspirarte en los resultados. Haz las acciones totalmente enfocado y entregándote en las acciones, entregándolas al universo. Entregado con devoción y con sinceridad. Haz esas acciones por devoción y por sinceridad. No por los resultados, sino por entrega. No debes estar apegado a la inactividad. Te dice que no hagas las acciones dependiendo del resultado, porque si no, vas a estar inactivo. Cuando estés en tu casa, estate activo. Si no, tu mente se va a cubrir de tamas. La mente se cubre de oscuridad, se llena de la cualidad tamástica. Entonces hay pereza, hay avaricia, hay celos, hay adicción. Todo eso vendrá a la mente. Así que mantente en la actividad, desapegado del resultado, mantente accionando. Estos son los tres principios de los que habla el karma yoga. Entonces ahora vamos a parar aquí porque luego de esto ya entra en un significado mucho más profundo y por hoy ya es suficiente. Si tenéis alguna pregunta podéis preguntar. ¿Alguien tiene una pregunta que hacerle a Swamiji? Laura asked you, I have a question. Sometimes a lot of actions comes in the same time. A lot of actions are coming at the same time. How to know what is the most important? How to know what to do?
Many actions, it will be mainly two actions, either this or that. When they will come to you, and you need to determine which way to go. Just be quiet and think about each each karma. That is, you can do it in this way, you can do it in that way. So the first one, think about the first one. Should I take this way? If you see that while you are thinking about that, or while you are meditating about that, you feel peace, you feel happiness, peace from within, then you know that this is the right path. And if you see that you don't feel peace, then that is not the right path. That may be convenient to you, but that is not the right path. Okay? And if you see the next one, if you see that you don't feel peace, though you know how to approach, though you know that path, the path is very familiar to you, but you see that that path does not give you peace in your mind. You don't feel good. You should not try that path. Okay? The one path which brings you peace in your mind will ultimately, bring peace. And if while meditating about a path you don't feel peace, you can do the karma in that way, but you will see that you will not attain peace. So this is the way by which you can determine which way to go.
Sí, Laura ha preguntado qué pasa cuando hay muchas acciones que hacer, cómo determinar, cómo discernir cuál es la correcta, cuál hago primero, si se hacen todas, cómo va, ¿no? Entonces Swamiji le ha dicho que para determinar qué acción hacer, primero es estarte silenciosa, ir tranquila, ir quieta y estarte en tranquilidad, en silencio. Y entonces piensa en cada acción, dedícale atención a cada acción. Toma una y entonces piensa, medita en ella. La puedes hacer de esta forma o de esta otra. Estate en paz, medita en ella. Si sientes que haciendo esa acción, ese camino, te trae paz, o puede ser que sientas que no, que si haces esa acción, ese camino no te va a traer paz. Si te trae paz, es bueno, entonces es bueno que hagas la acción. Si no te trae paz, ese no es el camino bueno. Puedes hacer la acción, pero ese camino no te va a traer paz. Y si luego vas a una segunda acción y ves que esa segunda acción te es familiar, quizá la conoces muy bien, la has hecho mucho, es un camino que conoces, pero no trae paz a tu mente, no es un camino bueno, te dice no la hagas, si la haces no te va a traer paz.
Very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
all.
Swamiji. Thank you, Aditi. Gracias.
Gracias.
Bye.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, bye.
Thank you. Jai Bhagavan.